Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Everything Shiny 775. My name is Veronica, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, consider hitting the subscribe button for me. I would really appreciate that. And if you are not, if you are returning, then welcome back. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. So yeah. Let's get going on this. Today's video, I thought I would work on a couple of watches. So I know a lot of people, a lot of resellers are intimidated by watches just because they don't know, you know, especially if they're not working. They don't know how to change a battery, or they're afraid to open up the back. You know, there's a lot of different reasons why a watch can intimidate you. But I'm going to show you what I do. I've been selling watches now for the last 2 years, and I just absolutely love it. I love looking at all the mechanics of it and how they work. And of course, I'm not an expert. I have no idea how to, you know, if it breaks, I'm just like you. If it doesn't get fixed with the battery, then I'm pretty much out. But I love the way watches work, especially the mechanical ones, the automatic ones that you have to wind. Those vintage ones are just so unique and just so much fun. And oh, they're just so classy and just, you know, it takes you back to a time when people dressed really well, and you know, life was just simpler back then. It wasn't so busy. So anyway, if you are going to be doing watch repairs or watch changing the batteries and stuff, you will need a watch kit. Now, to tell you the truth, I've used these very sharp, they're a little pointy, these type of tweezers. I have used those to pick up the screws from a watch, because watch screws are so tiny. They're like sand. I mean, they are just so small. So this is a tool that came in this kit that I do use pretty regular. So that's a good one. Also, this one, to open up the back of a vintage watch, usually I've used this one quite a bit for bigger, usually men's watches is what I use this one for. And then these two guys are the same type of tool, but I will use these in every case. So it's the tool to pry open the back. I use that 100% of the time. And then another one that I use pretty regular are these little tiny, you can see how small that is. It's a little screwdriver. I hope it's focusing. It's a little screwdriver, and this one actually has different attachments. It has a Phillips. I think I have 2 Phillips and then 2 more different size of the screwdriver. So yeah, that's kind of fun. Very handy. And so that one is a must-have. And then I usually keep just some extra screws. Let me wet my finger really quick. Otherwise, I won't be able to pick these up. These tiny screws is what I was telling you, how tiny they are. Hopefully you could see that. But you see how tiny those screws are? And yeah, so if you drop one of those on the ground, and they are very bouncy, I will tell you that from experience, they bounce. um, yeah, you're pretty much done. If you drop a screw, you're done with it. So that's why I always have extra ones just in case it does fall out. I will have some extra ones. And then these other little things, these are the arms. I've got some blue arms from vintage. And so, yeah, just some fun stuff there. I call this watch glitter. So, yeah, I like that. I don't know how to use it all or where all of it goes in a watch, but I like having it. Which probably makes no sense, but oh well, that's the hoarder in me. Okay, and then these guys are for the watch bands. Usually, sometimes, oh, look, here's a perfect one, a perfect example. They get corroded and just really, you know, the leather just kind of gets nasty and the whole thing can start to corrode. They bend. So I like to replace them with new ones if that is a problem for them. So that's what this one is. So those are just a few of the things I have. I do have different sizes of batteries. I've got several sizes. So just to show you a few, yeah, it's smart to have this particular size, the LR626, usually right now will fit a good amount of watches. So like the newer watches or fairly like the 90s, the 2000s to now watches usually fit that size battery. So that's why I have so many of those ones. But the rarer ones, like these guys, 319, that is a smaller size. There are, you know, it just depends on what watch you're changing the battery to. They all come in different sizes. So hopefully you have the actual battery in the watch, and so you can see what type of battery it uses. I have gotten batteries or bought watches that do not have the watch in them, and then you have to do research. You have to look it up by brand, see what types of watches they are, what types of batteries they use. So look what I just found on the table. So that is actually, it's got a little gear. You probably can't see it, but it's got a little gear on the end of that stem. That thing is so tiny. Man, I tell you, I give watch makers or watch repairmen, women, whoever you are, props for being able to repair these watches, because those pieces are so small and just so intricate. I mean, you have to have thick glasses or a magnifying glass or something to actually get those little pieces even to be seen. So anyway, I'm going to start. I got a lot from Mercari this past week. I bought some watches. So I bought a lot of 4. And so here's what we have, that they are not running. So I'm told that they just need batteries. So hopefully that is the case. So we will see. So what I like to do first of all, as you can see, a lot of the time there's going to be grime in here. You know, just from the wear and just naturally where like sweat and, you know, stuff, dirt gets into. So those That is what I like to do first, is to clean them up so that I'm not touching somebody else's DNA. So yeah, because that's a little grimy. So I just make sure that you know, I clean them up first before I'm going to be handling them, and just for my own preference, because I'm kind of that way. But you see how dirty it is. You can see that they're a little grimy, you know, and that's just, it's normal. It's from normal wear. So you know, nothing, I don't care how clean you are, it's, your watch is going to get dirty like that. So it's not an insult to whoever wears them. If you wear a watch, you're gonna get grime. So anyways, we have these 4 watches. I have a Citizens, a Jules Jorgensen. This one is a Sarah Coventry, and this one is a Waltham. So let's get started. Let's start with the Waltham. So let me put those up. This one looks pretty easy. So what I like to do is, yes, I wash my watches with a little bit of Dawn soap and room temperature water, and then I have another one to clean it with, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, and so like I said, I've been selling watches for a couple of years. I don't ruin too many watches. I'm not going to say I have never ruined a watch, but for the most part, you know, I know what I'm doing now, so I can get this done pretty good. I know what I'm doing, kind of. So if you see, I popped that open, and you see how dirty that got. So this little thing will slide right out, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna just throw that in there. Okay, and this part, I'm just going to rinse it off a little bit. Now, when I wash my bands, I am not getting anywhere near the watch. So I would never just throw this whole thing in there, obviously, because it's going to just, you may as well just stop and throw it in the trash. Unless it's waterproof, which I still wouldn't trust that. But anyways, I get a small, I get a soft bristle, is what I meant to say. A soft bristle toothbrush, and I just, you know, just scrub it. And then as you get close to the actual watch part, I just watch what I'm doing. Don't get it too wet, and just go from there. So this one does have quite a bit of grime in it, as you can see. I don't know if you can see it because I've got it pretty low. So it's coming pretty clean. And then I'll do this side. And so just a little bit of water, a little bit of soap is not going to hurt it. And then I usually come, and then I'll come and rinse it off. Same way. And then that should be done. Yeah, just like that. So I want to make sure that I get in all the crevices. And then I'm going to dry it off a little bit. And then you see how clean that got. It got, this has got the Waltham logo, the W, right there. So most of the grime came out. So that is good for another you know, a few years. And then let's do this side. Now this side is the side that has that part in there, that grimy little part. So this side gets more wear, and that came pretty clean, pretty fast. And so you see this side, you see all that dirt? See all that dirt there? So let's see if we can get all that off. So this is how I do it. You know, it's really that simple. Just to clean. Oops, where am I? Making sure, I gotta make sure I'm in the camera so you can see what I'm doing. I always do that. Good grief. I always forget where the camera is, and then I just get in my own little world, and I've been recording and nobody knows what I'm doing because I'm out of camera range. So anyway, okay, so that one, you know, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. There's very little dirt on it anymore, and it looks pretty good. And then I kind of I'm going to dry my bristles off so that your bristles are dry. They're not going to be wet. And then I come in and I'm going to wash my face. So very, very little, if any, water on it. Okay, so there's that. And as you can see, very little water. It's not wet at all. So that is how I clean those watches. And you see that face, the crystal looks really nice. It's nice and clean. The back is nice and clean. And then, yeah, so there we are. So then I'm going to come in here, grab this piece, and you saw how dirty that one was. So let's just get in there and a little bit of elbow grease, and you are good to go. Pretty much that's all I do. Okay, get all the DNA out of there, and then I'm going to throw it in the rinse water, and then there we go. So you see how clean that one came out. Stainless steel, Hong Kong is what that says. So then let's put this back on, because I don't want to lose this piece. So let's see. So this one actually goes, it fits like that. So this is usually when I'm putting them back together, this is how I do it. So I know that that's gonna be how it fits back on. So you can see there's a hole there that I know this is going to fit in. That's where this is going to fit in. So then I know that's going to be the right place. Make sure that goes in correctly. Go in there. I know you can. What am I doing wrong? Let's see. I'm hitting something wrong there. Okay. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, so whatever size watch you wear, you know, I always leave it at around a 7, because, you know, average person wears a 7. That's what I wear. And so, but if you have a smaller wrist, you can make this go up further and make it, you know, it's sizable, it's adjustable. So, I'm just going to leave it pretty much where it was. Then we're going to put this little flap down, and we are going to press down on that, and that is going to lock it in place, so that's not moving anywhere. And then we put, did I do that wrong? I think I did that wrong. See, I'm telling you, it's trial and error. I put that on upside down. So let's try that again. Yeah. Okay, so if I'm this way, and this one goes there, this one goes there, so then this one goes here. Okay, let's try that again. So I'm telling you, it does get a little tricky, you know, it's not always easy. So let's try this. Come on down. And then snap that in place. And then we can put that there. That one goes there. And there we go. That one's right. So there we go. That one is all nice and clean. Let's go to the next one, and then I'm going to show you guys how to put the batteries in. So like I said, I like to clean them first, get them all nice and shiny, and go from there. Now this one has a label, a plastic label. Oof, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that off completely. I may just have to leave it, or I could come back and get a little blade and take that off. So let's do the same thing here, same type of closure. So that one isn't as grimy as the last one, so that's good, but we will wash that one anyway. And it's not this one looks, actually, it has been worn, but this one is in really good shape. This one's really good condition. So let's go ahead and scoot you over so I can be in here. Let's get this cleaned up. Okay. So, you know, just get in there, do what has to be done, just do it carefully, and don't be intimidated by it. Don't be afraid of it. It's just a watch, you know. Now, if we're talking a really expensive watch, you know, I would definitely have a professional clean and change out a battery. If you've spent, you know, whatever, I don't even know what watches, really expensive watches cost. I know some of them are like over $1,000 and probably more than that. So I don't know what they cost. But anyways, if you spent any good money on a good watch, definitely take that to a professional place where you bought it, whatever. It's probably got a warranty or something. And do it that way. Yeah, because, yeah, these ones, you know, I think I paid like $10 to $12 on these. And so, you know, if I absolutely ruin it, I'm only out $10. So that is how I learned. That is how I taught myself. So, okay, so that came off. Let's see if we can, okay, I am going to do just a touch of water. Just ever so slight bit of water there. Okay. And that looks sticky. So, I will clean that up a little bit better later on. But yeah, that one came up clean, pretty easy. So let's get this guy out. Let's clean him up and see if we could put him back together. Throw you in there. Give you a good rinse. And it looks like we've got everything out of it. So there we go. Okay, so the reason I'm banging it is I want as much water out of it as possible. I don't want it sitting in any amount. I don't want a lot of moisture left in there. So a lot of the times it's freezing cold outside right now, but a lot of the times I will put them outside and just let them air dry for a minute. You know, I don't leave them out there for a long time because you don't want the temperature to you know, rise or fall in the mechanics of the watch. So don't leave it out there for a long period of time. But I do like to stick them in the sun for a hot minute, and then yeah, get them clean that way too. Let them dry. I know that they'll be dry really good. Okay, so let's try this one again. Or let's try this one. We haven't tried it before. Okay, so I know that's how that one's gonna fit. So now we are going to slide. And sometimes these little guys are tricky. They're stubborn. So let's scoot that back up. And then this one looks like it's a little longer, a little bigger. So let me dry this off and come back in here because there's a little, I saw one drop of water that I do not want in there. So I just kind of smoothed that out, and you know, we'll let that dry. So let's get that into place. That's snapped down pretty good. That's not going anywhere. And when I list these, when I measure them from the top to the tip, so that and I will say, you know, it can be worn between 6 and 8.5 inches, or 6.5 inches to 8.5 inches, whatever the watch can be worn as. So yeah, there's that one. Very secure, very nice, very clean. That one looks brand new. Sarah Coventry. So I like that one. Okay, here's another one. Now this one, Jules Jorgensen. I love these watches. His watches are really nice. I said his. I think it's a man. I have no idea now that I say it. So I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know if Jules is a man or a woman. But it could be neither. It could be two last names or something like that. So anyway, let me just get through this one really quick. My toothbrush is falling apart. I think I need a new toothbrush. Okay, so let's clean that band. Now this one's got I forget what you call this clasp. It's a fold over clasp. So we're just gonna clean. Let's get that all front and back. Okay, so we're not gonna be afraid of it. And dry off our toothbrush. Come in here. And Jules Jorgensen, if you see the JJ, that's their logo right there. It's 2 J's. These are really nice watches. A lot of the times their watches are gold. So they have a lot of really, really nice pieces. I've sold quite a few of their watches, and I usually get pretty good money for them. Okay, so this one was pretty easy too. It's very clean, very little wear. There are a couple of scratches on the crystal, which I will note that when it's listed, and I'll try and get a picture of the scratches so that you know how much, if there's what the wear is. I always make that aware. But yeah, that's a really pretty one. That's a really pretty one. No, I'm not keeping it. I'm going to sell. That's what I'm here for. Okay, so this one, this is the, what are you? Citizens. This is a Citizen watch. This style watch, I can't keep in my shop. This one always sells. It's a really good seller. I guess people like the sleekness of it. Yeah, this is a really popular one. So actually, out of all of them, this is the reason I bought the lot, was because of the Citizen watch. So we see all the little, it's all grimy. It's a little too grimy. So we're gonna pop that open. And I'll show you what I mean by grimy. You see how there's like lint, probably dead skin, and ugh, DNA. Gross. So we are going to clean this one up really good. What do I do with my toothbrush? Okay. So this one's going to take me a little bit extra time. It was extra dirty. I can't tell if it is. It's a piece of the gold. You see the piece of the metal? I was trying to get that off, but it's actually a piece of the watch. So we'll just be careful with that. Yeah. So anyway, almost done, guys. I only had 4 watches today. So, but usually when I do my watches, I usually save, I usually wait till I get 15 to 20 watches to do all at once, and just make a day of it. I just sit down and clean them all, change out batteries, I take pictures, I list, and I do a watch day. So nothing else. And so yeah, I think today's going to be a watch day. I don't quite have that many to do right now, but I've got a few to do. Let's get you out of the way. I'm going to wind up knocking it over and spilling it. Okay, so there are ways to research watches from these numbers. All of these numbers back here mean something. This one says Citizens Watch Company, base metal top, stainless steel back, and then it's got several serial numbers in Japan. So all those numbers mean something. If I were to look them up, it's going to tell me what year, a lot of the times the model of the watch I can find, and you know, it'll give me all the pertinent information that I need. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it's really hard to find, and that's what Google Lens is for too. Okay, so this one has a security chain, but as you can see, the security chain is broken. So before I pull that end off, I'm going to clean this end and put it back on. Just because I'm not really good with puzzles, and so I don't want to have to try and put everything back together, just guess how it all went back together, because my memory, I can't remember how I took it apart. And so I'm gonna, you know, if I take all the pieces off before I know what I'm doing, they're all gonna wind up all over the place, and I'm not gonna know how to put this thing back together. So I do it a piece at a time, one piece at a time. Okay, so this one just went right there. That's not gonna let me push it down, it's hard. But there we go. Okay, so that one is on there good. It's all nice and clean. All the lint and grime has been, actually that one could use a little bit more, but you know what, for right now I think I'll just leave that alone. And then I'll tell you what I'm going to do too with this security chain, since it's broken. Let me get this real quick. Okay, you see how it's on an S hook, and it actually doesn't look like it's that high of quality. So I will remove this, and when I go to list it, because a lot of people remove this little security chain anyway, they don't like it, it's harder to put on, so a lot of people just take them off anyway. So I will remove these two pieces, and then let them know in the listing a new security chain can be added by the buyer, not by me, by the buyer. And you know, if you wanted to do that, you can. Okay, so this side is done. Let's do this side. I have a feeling this side's going to be just as grimy as that last one. And yes, it is. It's all full of dirt and lint, and she was worn. Somebody wore her really well. Somebody loved her. So, yeah. Okay. So there we go. That one was fairly easy. That dirt came off pretty quickly. This one, it does have a little discoloration. Now, when I see it like that, I have a metal cleaner, because it looks like the discoloration is like a little bit of tarnish. And so I'll get that metal polish and just polish just that little tiny bit, and it'll probably get all of that out. So the metal will look fairly new again. So just another little trick. There's that. Okay. So I always get really, you know, when people buy my watches, I always get some really good feedback that, you know, they like how clean they are, that they look brand new. You know, I get really nice compliments on my watches. And so I figured, you know, I'm a little germy. I got a little germy phobia. So if I'm not gonna wear it, I'm not gonna expect you to wear it. I like my stuff being clean and looking new. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, you know, it's a $10 watch. It's not worth my time to put into cleaning and trying to get it fixed up. But let me tell you, your feedback will be better, and people will come back because they like your stuff. They know your stuff is good quality and that it's clean. So you know, it's a reputation thing for me. So if it takes me a little bit more time, you know, time and effort to put into it, then that's what I'm going to do. So let's get you in there. Why won't you go down? Did I put that on wrong? Wait, that might be wrong. It's that way. It's that way. Oops. Let's see. Okay. I think it goes there. And then this guy comes, yeah. This guy comes like this, clips in there, like that. Okay, so that is correct. And then the security chain is on the bottom. So I just got to figure out how to put this guy back on. He does not want to fall into place. There we go. Okay. He's just stubborn. He did not want to go on. Okay, but there he is. She, I'm going to call her she. This one says Citizen Watch Company, Japan, base metal top, stainless steel. Okay, so again, that's a good watch. So I will again remove those, but okay, these are all clean. They're all washed. So now let me get this water out of the way because I am now going to open them up and we're going to open them up and get the batteries changed. So let's see what we got here. That goes like that. Okay, oh, I get it. It can be either tighter or if it's too tight, a little looser. Okay. I was like, well, that doesn't look right, but that's what that is. Okay, so let's open these guys up. Let's open them all up. This Sarah Coventry one is really pretty too. And this Waltham one. But I think out of all of them, this one's my favorite, the Jules Jorgensen. Okay, so let's start with this one. So we're going to get our pry tool. It's all full of fingerprints. And so we're going to come to the back, and each watch is different, but a lot of them have a spot that you can that the pry will fit right into, and I see it is right here, and it will pop right up. So let's open up that one very carefully. Now, I don't touch anything else other than the battery when I am doing these. So I see here that this battery, let's pull this up. Come on, battery. It is battery 379. 379. I believe a 379 battery is also a 521. I'm pretty sure that it is. So let's try it. This one only has one left, so that's perfect. Let me go ahead and do this one. But I have different sizes of batteries. I try and keep the popular ones, you know, the ones that I use over and over. I just get my batteries on Amazon. I have gotten them through Batteries Plus before online, but mostly Amazon. I get free shipping, and they get here pretty quick. So, okay, so let's see if that is, yep, I think so. I think that's going to be the same one. I usually put my batteries aside. I keep them, and I have a container that I will recycle my batteries and take them to somewhere, because some of them are lithium batteries. And as you can see, that second hand, it is moving. So that one worked perfectly. That was as simple as it gets. That one just popped right back on. A lot of the times, if you pop them off, they are really hard to put back on. I actually have a press upstairs that you have to set them in between something, and then it presses it down, and oh, those ones are really hard, but it still can be done. So this watch is perfectly fine now. It works. It's got a new battery. Let's see, what time are we? What time is it? It is 11:45 approximately. You know what? We're going to start it at 4 o'clock. Okay, we're going to say 4 o'clock on that one. But that one's perfectly fine. It works. We're good. I like it. That one was easy. Okay, so let's try the Joules. The Joules Jorgensen. That one, it looks like right there, there's a little lip. There's a little lip that you just stick that under there and it pops right up. Okay, so this one has a little bit more mechanics showing. Again, I don't touch it. I don't mess with it at all. All we're gonna do is pop up that battery and stick in a new one. So this is 364. 364. Where are you? I know I have some of those. I've done these before. Here we go. 364. So let's, oh, it landed on my finger like a ladybug. Okay, 364. Let's see what we're gonna do. Now, if it's giving you, if it's hard to put in, or if it's giving you a little bit of too much, do not try and force it in, because you are obviously going to be bending something, or something's in the way. I don't know what's going on, but never force a battery in there, in its spot. Oh, why aren't you working? You're not in there correctly, that's why. Okay, our Jules Jurgensen might not be working. That might be why. Huh. Not too happy with that, because she said all of these watches just need to have the batteries repaired. I just chipped my nail. Darn it. Okay, so let me put this back on and see if I snap that in place, if it's gonna hold the battery better. Nope, this one is not working. Darn it! This one was my favorite. Okay. So, okay. So what I'm going to do, we're going to open that back up. We're going to pop that one out, put that aside. It might be the battery. Maybe the battery's old. So we're going to try one more battery and see what we've got. 364, and let's see, that one was 364, which is a 521 is what it says. This one, so that's the one I pulled out. Nope. Oh, that's disappointing. So 364 battery isn't working. Here is a 521, which is an equivalent. So I'm going to try it just to try it. And I'm not wasting these batteries. They're still good batteries. So, oh no, that is not the right size. That is definitely not the right size. Okay, so we'll keep that one there. Put that one back away. So yeah, disappointed in this one. Okay, well, you know, you win some, you lose some. That seems to be my motto lately in all my videos. I'm tired of losing some. I gotta figure that one out. Okay, so there we go. We'll worry about that one later. Here's the Sarah Coventry. Please be simple. Please be simple. Oop. There we go. Let's do easy. Okay, that is a 3. A 377. Huh. I've never heard of that size before, so I may have to order that one, or unless it's an equivalent to a 626, which it could be. So let me just try one of these, and because it looks like it's about this size. And then yeah, that looks like it's the right size, but hey, it works. So this is a 626 size battery, not the 377. That one fit in perfectly. It is working. You see that? The second hand is going. So Sarah Coventry worked. We like that. That's a pretty watch. So far, the Waltham and the Sarah. Now the Citizens, okay, I hope this one works. I really like this one. This is the reason why I bought the lot. Okay, it looks like it's right there. There we go. Very easy. Come up. And of course, there's no battery in here. Okay, so in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to look this up. I'm going to have to do research on it, see what size battery it uses. And then this one is going to be a little bit more difficult because, as you can see, it has a protection over the battery, which is screwed in. So I'm going to have to unscrew that. You kind of shift this one over, place the battery, and then you're going to put it back over and then screw it back in. My hand wants to cramp. Sorry about that. And then screw it back in. So this one, I do not know the size of the battery. I don't want to mess with it right this second without knowing what size battery it is. So I'm just going to close that one back up and do the research and then go from there. I should be able to find it pretty quickly, so it's not that hard to research. And then I'll pull these chains off again, and yeah, we'll go from there. So just off the bat, I have two that are working, perfect condition. They're both cleaned, new batteries, working great. And then I have two that are not working, not good. So we will, hopefully this Citizen will be okay. I can get that fixed and get that going today because I want to get pictures of all these guys and get them listed. And this one, disappointed in that one because I really liked that one. So I may have to contact her and let her know she sold me a dud when she said it was working. So there we go. Not that bad. It's very easy. Watches are, I love them. They're fun. There's a certain era of watches that I absolutely love, and it's usually like from the late 70s, mid to late 70s watches through early 90s watches and everything in between. Those are my favorite. So you know, once we got into the 2000s and later, everything got really big and chunky and just really glitzy. You know, everything had rhinestones, and you know, they're just for show. And so, but like these ones, they're just delicate, they're feminine, they're just very pretty, really classy. And this is the style that I like. So I tend to gravitate toward this type of size and the features and stuff. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Don't be intimidated by watches, and yeah, just try it. You know, what's it gonna hurt? So anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Again, I'm still looking for subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed, if you can do that, give me a subscribe and a like. I would really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.